Digital Divide, a widely neglected phenomenon by Siddhi B Iyer, FIUGP, BA English. I was once visiting my grandmother. It is then, she said. At least in my next life, I hope I get to learn how to use a smartphone and read my magazines virtually. And this stuck with me, what she said. But the Supreme Court of India, in the case Amarjane versus Union of India and ORS 2025, ruled that inclusive digital access to e-governance and welfare system is an integral part of the fundamental right to life and liberty under Article 21 of our Constitution. With these two ironies in my mind is how I began to read about digital divide and thus this article came into being. Today, in a world that is almost completely online, we cannot possibly think of a day without using internet. Internet is being used nearly everywhere by individuals and governments in businesses for communication and education purposes, entertainment, commerce, health information, social networking, etc. We do almost everything online. Pay bills, do shopping, order food, maintain social contacts, book movie tickets, and more. Yet, in 2024, an estimated 2.4 billion people globally, that is roughly 32% of population, were offline and had no access to internet. It was perhaps during the COVID 19 outbreak and when everything stopped that people turned to their gadgets to seek normalcy. Then the importance of having an available and affordable internet connection was instantly realized. Digital divide simply means the gulf or the gap between people, demographics, and regions who have ready access to the internet and digital technology and those who don't. It is the unequal access to digital technology, internet, and also devices like tablets, computers, laptops, and smartphones. But as time changes, so do definitions. And the new definition now incorporates digital literacy, skills of the user, and quality of access as well. Digital divide, in a way, sadly, strengthens and accentuates economic and social divides that used to exist in the past. In India, only 24% of rural households have access to internet, while it is 66% in urban areas. Only about 38% of our household is considered digitally illiterate. Thus, nearly three quarters of our population is still digitally illiterate. Women still comprise of a lower percent of internet users when compared to men. Owing to lack of educational and employment opportunities, only 31% of the rural population use internet, while 67 in urban areas use internet. India has the second largest number of internet users globally with around 806 million users, first being China. According to a joint study released in February 2024 by the Internet and Mobile Association of India, IAMAI, and Kanta, 45% of India's population does not have access to internet, this being around 665 million. All these figures call for our immediate awareness and action towards the rising digital divide. Let us now analyze the causes. It is very unusual today that kids, teenagers, and young adults avoid using internet, while the older generation struggle with learning about devices and lack digital literacy. Hence, age gap is an important cause of digital literacy. Obviously, people with more money and higher educational levels have more access to the internet and technology, can afford it, and thus have more knowledge about its advantages and the comforts it brings. Geographical location also plays a key role in creating digital divide. For example, rural areas have far less internet connectivity and facilities and offer less digital services than urban areas like suburbs and metropolitan cities. Similarly, there is better infrastructure like consistent electricity, 5G network, and a good internet connection in the developed areas when compared to the less developed and underdeveloped areas. Non English speakers are less likely to avail online resources because most of the content available online is in English. Digital divide can have far reaching and many unfortunate consequences. Let us take two students for example. One has access to information and communication technology while the other one does not. The former will have numerous resources to refer to, can expand her opportunities to look for a job, can attend her classes online, submit her assignments virtually, while the latter can't do any of these. A digitally illiterate person cannot apply for many skilled jobs as they require digital skills, cannot apply for job positions, cannot attend virtual job interviews, and cannot join a virtual Zoom meeting. Access to telemedicine, online video consultations, booking a doctor's appointment can be challenging for someone who cannot afford accessibility to internet. With the outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic, digital divide in health and education sectors became evident. It is natural for humans to seek human connection as man has been a social animal. And in today's day and age, people connect with each other with WhatsApp groups, video calls, contacts on Instagram, Facebook friends, frequent messaging, and more. None of this would be feasible with digital divide. Thus, it has become clear that combating digital divide has become the need of the hour. A few solutions can be increasing accessibility of gadgets like laptops and smartphones. Investing in infrastructure in less developed areas is important, where high speed internet like 5G, access to broadband, and providing Wi Fi access points in classrooms, libraries, public space, etc., should be provided. Digital literacy programs, digital awareness campaigns, digital learning addressing the gender digital divide, skills training programs for students in schools, colleges, and also for the elderly should be facilitated to learn about technology and use internet technology responsibly and safely. While we talk about digital literacy, it is equally important that we talk about digital minimalism as well. For the people who have ready access to the internet and the digital world, using internet and not turning into a cyber addict has garnered the world's immense attention. In a world where most people are online most of the time, cyber addiction is indeed a very serious concern. Cyber addiction or internet addiction disorder, IAD, or even net addiction is a term used to describe a person who is so chronically online to the point that it even affects important areas of their life like work, health, pursuing their hobbies, education, and sometimes even relationships. Cyber addiction often results in the person feeling a sense of satisfaction or getting a kick, and the person endlessly keeps using the internet to feel the same pleasure. This can result in people feeling dissatisfied with their lives, a decrease in productivity, feeling of loneliness, isolation, anxiety, and even depression, disrupted patterns in sleeping and eating, being unable to interact with peers, resulting in losing friendships and family members, and poor mental health. While the thing like our mobile phone can give us all the information we need in our fingertips and help us connect with all these people we love, the same thing can make us feel dejected, lethargic, and even lead people to suicidal thoughts in the worst scenario. Cyber minimalism is only spending your time online on the activities that you value and the ones that bring you joy. It is being conscious, mindful, and intentional about the time you spend online and what things take up your time and attention, and eliminating and willingly missing out on everything else. You prioritize your own well being and reclaim your time by focusing on picking up your hobbies, relationships, and other things. Let us now take a look at the Republic of Korea, which in 1950s after the Korean War ended was one of the poorest countries in the world. Being a country lacking in natural resources and mostly based on agricultural practices, with timely government interventions and investment in information communication technology, the country has today become one of the most developed countries in the region. South Korea was the first country to commercially launch technologies like CDMA, Code Division Multiple Access, in 1996 and Vibro wireless broadband in 2006. The Ministry of Science and Technology MOST of South Korea was established in 1967. It helped to change the status quo by encouraging and financing local firms, and the country slowly moved towards becoming a developing country. A few months back, South Korea's government announced that it would create a 50 trillion won $34.4 billion fund to support industries like semiconductors, rechargeable batteries, bio, artificial intelligence, etc. Through such initiatives, the country continues to grow technologically. We too can look forward to becoming a tech savvy and a global powerhouse like South Korea in the near future by giving importance to giving industries to flourish and by taking measures to ensure that the internet reaches all households in our country. By working together closely and relentlessly, we also can make the dream of equal digital literacy for all a reality.